Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of the Bump N Run. Now I want to start out by saying I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. Not even 2 weeks ago did I think we were going to be in the situation that we're at right now. Yeah, it can be depressing for some people. It could leave a lot of people uncertainty about their future or even how they're going to get through the next few months. I know there's a lot of people being laid off. There's a lot of unemployment out there just because of the virus that's going on. And again, just a lot of uncertainty. So I hope everyone's still trying to get a positive mindset, going through them, just some positive vibes, and just trying to take it one day at a time, and just praying and hoping that all of this gets better. Now, for us in the NASCAR community, in the iRacing community, in the motorsports community, and seriously, like the entire world, it seems at least. We had a fun time this Sunday afternoon, and I am talking about the NASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series at Homestead-Miami Speedway. I don't want to, dissect the race. I just want to talk about it, and let us begin. Let us talk about that invitational race. For all of us like myself who play a lot of video games, you probably keep up with a lot of the eSports things that goes on in the gaming community and in the motorsports community in particular, for NASCAR and any other motorsports gamers out there. And you keep up to date with iRacing and the things that go on there. And I know last week we had a little bit of an invitational kind of a race or an exhibition race at Atlanta. And it was so awesome to see. I forget the group that put it together, but to see the one eSports group host this event on iRacing at Atlanta, and you had a bunch of NASCAR drivers in the real world, as well as a lot of sim drivers as well, and that was a lot of fun to watch. That stream had, I think, about 23,000 people watch it. And I know a lot of people on Twitter, such as Jeff Gluck, was also paying attention to the race and watching. And so it was so cool to see the event that we had today at Homestead-Miami Speedway, and the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway on iRacing. And what was cool was that this broadcast, first of all, for this to be broadcasted on Fox, for the Fox team to be doing this, for NASCAR, to be doing this, for all the people that were involved in setting this up. I know Denny Hamlin, they mentioned multiple times out the broadcast on some of the guys that were involved in making this happen. It was a great day for the esports world, and I think for us in the motorsports world, at least, we are very lucky to have another platform we can go to and show off, another side of our motorsport. And not a lot of sports can say that. A lot of sports do have games, but nothing at this level of competition. And so this opened the door to so many people on what iRacing is about. And not a lot of people know what iRacing is. And so for them to watch this, I'm sure there's a lot of people that were just really stoked, to see something like this, especially with, the world just coming to a sudden halt. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun to watch. I was honestly skeptical about it for a bit. I thought it was going to be like that Atlanta race where it just, wasn't so exciting. But when I had heard, when I heard today really that there were, it was going to be an all NASCAR field, people from the Cup Series, Xfinity Truck Series, ARCA Racing Series as well. I knew this was going to be a heck of a race, and Fox did a phenomenal job putting that race together. The pre-race was hilarious. I mean, you had Michael Waltrip at Denny Hamlin's house holding a taco. I mean, come on, that was awesome. Whether you like Mikey or not for his grid walks, that was so much fun. And to have Mike Joy calling the race. Mike Joy is someone that I've always looked up to in the commentary booth, and he's always been my favorite when it comes down to commentary. And so it was so cool to see him, so cool to see Jeff Gordon call this event. And I could talk all day about the event. And truthfully, I myself, and I saw people on Twitter say the same as well, I didn't want the race to end. It was so much fun. I was laughing the entire time. It was just that entertaining. I think Jeff Gluck said the same too. He was like crying in laughter because just the race was so much fun. You had Clint Boyer there in the Fox studios who had a sim rig over there. And he, as always, Clint Boyer being unique and funny, brought so much to the Fox broadcast. And you had guys like Landon Castle who the Fox guys were able to talk to. It was well put together is the best that I can explain this first segment here. It was, for, again, the world that we're in right now with everything coming to a halt, there's a lot of uncertainty. And especially in the motorsports world, there's uncertainty on when things are going to start back up. When are we going to get back racing? NASCAR has even said they're going to try to get all 36 races in this year. And that's going to be hard if, the CDC and officials are saying that we have to postpone these races even longer just to, get through this, virus and, wait for it to decline and, almost come to an end. And so, again, a lot of uncertainty. And today it was nice to see some sort of reality, or see some normality, I guess, in the world. And it just felt like race day. And for us race fans, I think that was quite a treat. It was quite a treat for a lot of people as well. As far as the race goes, it was kind of a wreck fest. But you can't expect high quality racing out of a lot of these real life NASCAR drivers. A lot of these guys don't have an iRacing sim rig in their house to constantly race in. They're busy and caught up in real life racing in a physical car. And even Jeff Gordon, brought that up in the broadcast. He mentioned that a lot of these guys are used to physically being in the car and feeling their surroundings. They're able to feel different areas of the car. They're able to feel the wind coming through the window net. And they know how to drive the car when it does certain things. They know how to react. In the sim world is a lot different because the only feedback you have is really on your steering wheel and the vibration feedback from that. Some guys might have, I don't know if a lot of pedals have force feedback or if these guys have that in their sim rigs, but the only feel you really have is in that steering wheel. And then unless you have a seat that also maybe moves as well, but I also can't expect that from a lot of drivers. So for the event that we saw, yeah, it was filled with cautions, but for the most part, I have to give a lot of credit to these guys for being able to put on what I think NASCAR and what a lot of the broadcasters would call a good show. And I truly think at the end of the day, it was. It was so cool to see a lot of the iRacing regulars out of the real-life NASCAR field. You had Timmy Hill up there, Garrett Smithley, who had qualified on the pole. So that just goes to show that if some of these guys weren't in underfunded teams in the real world, that they would be phenomenal drivers racing towards the top. Obviously, it's just a matter of finding the sponsors, finding the luck to sign on to higher teams. That's why they're not on them. You can just only hope that, as time goes on, that they do, get into those, higher up, rides, and get the sponsors that they need. But regardless of that, moving back to iRacing, you had a lot of those regulars. Like I go back to even Chase Briscoe is a guy who's on iRacing a lot. These guys were putting on one heck of a show. They were putting on a clinic today. And it was just kind of cool to see them up there, really. And I don't know. No matter what, it was a great race. And it was full of battles. It was full of, different names, getting up into, the top 10, and, working their way up there. There's a lot of pit strategies. It was just like a real NASCAR race, really. This is what I like to see out of a real NASCAR race. We didn't have stages. It was a full 100-lap race. And you had I don't know. It was a great format. It was. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I'm honestly speechless because it was so much fun. I did not, again, want the event to end. It was so good. I think doing more laps would have been too much for a lot of these guys. But it was, again, with everything that's going on in the world, it was definitely great to watch and spectate. I'm rambling on. I'm mumbling on. You guys get it. You guys have your opinions on that Pro Invitational race from Homestead-Miami Speedway. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the event. And, of course, you're going to want to hear my opinions on the end. And we had a race. It was phenomenal. While most of the people were rolling on the ground, crying, laughing because the event was so much fun, in the final 15 laps, we had quite a race. Because of the different strategies with pit stops and things like that, with taking 4 tires, no tires, or guys who maybe haven't pitted in a while, it was really showing coming down to those final 20 laps. Now, I had to give kudos to iRacing. It seemed like they turned off cautions with like 25 to go. So thank you for doing that. It was awesome to see that race go green to the end. I'm pretty sure that if they would have had a caution within 5 to go, the race would have ended under caution because that's how iRacing is kind of set up. I know in the iRacing Coca-Cola series, they are now doing 3 attempts at green, white, checkered overtime. But for the most case, in a normal racing lobby, you don't get overtime. You just you run your full race distance. So if there was a caution with 5 to go, again, that would have ended the race. So kudos for iRacing for keeping it going. But man, you had the 2 guys of Garrett Smithley and Timmy Hill who were trying to work together to get away from the field, but you could tell they were on the worn out tires. They had stayed out to try to gain that track position, but they were working together, trying to draft off of each other and push each other away from the field. But you had Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Chase Briscoe catching them with fresher tires than they did. And I bet Junior Nation was all pumped up to see those guys fight it out at the end. And then to close the race on the final lap, Denny Hamlin out of nowhere. He was the next guy with fresher tires, and he pulled off one great, stint to end that race. And the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Denny Hamlin incident, Junior's just trying to rough Denny Hamlin up, it seems, coming out of turn number 4, gets into him, and Junior does a heck of a job saving that car. Usually when you make that kind of hit against another driver, you're gonna spin out. So Junior did a good job. I think he held on to 4th or something like that. It was a close battle for 2nd place there, but Denny Hamlin went on to win that race. And a great charity effort by him. I think he was going to donate $5,000 to a charity out in southern Florida to help with people who are affected by this virus that's going around. And I know Kevin Harvick and Fox Sports were going to match that donation as well. So at the end of the day, honestly, can't be mad at Denny Hamlin. And it doesn't matter whether or not you like a driver or not. This was a great day for the motorsports world. And even if you weren't a motorsports fan, or you don't understand iRacing, or you don't understand NASCAR, you don't understand any of this, but you still turned on the TV to watch this event, and you follow it along on Twitter and whatever the other social media platforms were, and you watched this event, it was a lot of fun. It was whether or not you like some of the drivers or like that Denny Hamlin won or not, doesn't matter. It was so cool to just to have some sense of reality, I guess, from what we knew as normal, was just cool to see today. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I'm sure there's going to be tons of replays of this event. I'm sure NASCAR is going to post the full thing on their YouTube channel. Fox Sports may, upload the entire race. They've been posting mini race highlights as well on YouTube, and I'm sure going to clip a few of those and add them onto my review of the event as well, so you guys can see. But go check out those channels. Just go give some love to iRacing and to NASCAR for putting this together. We're just very lucky and humbled that we're able to do this. If it wasn't for them, I don't think we would have anything to talk about. There's a lot of YouTubers out there and a lot of people, again, with just uncertainty with what's going on in the world today. And it's just so cool to just, relax and, put some positive vibes in us and know that we're going to get through this and to just have some form of entertainment. So, and with that, I thank you guys for watching this. I know it's been kind of... This series has been rough for me. I have recorded several videos and made several attempts, but never really happy of the quality. So hopefully I'll get better with doing these. And, thankfully, these invitational races, they've been happening. I hope they continue to happen because I know it's going to be, a month maybe until we, 2 months maybe until we get, racing going again. So hopefully these iRacing events continue to happen, and maybe I'll get some more Bump and Run episodes out discussing those and what's going on in the NASCAR world as well. So thank you guys again for watching. Be sure to follow my social media platforms. Comment down below what you thought of the Pro Invitational race, and of course like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more content. That's it for me. Yeah. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys next time. As always, I'm praying for everyone out there just to stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys next time.